Hello and welcome back to another video, and today, as you'll have seen by the title and thumbnail, we are doing a challenge against 20% AI, which if you didn't know is the lowest that AI can go in MotoGP 21. I'm going to see if I can do a lap down challenge. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just wait at the start of the race, let all the AI go around, do an entire lap me, and then I'm going to try and catch them back up basically and win the race before the end of the race. That's the objective. I'm giving myself a 50% race because you need probably a good 10-12 laps maybe to do it. I'm not actually sure. I don't know how slow they're actually going to be in comparison to me. They might not be slow enough. They might be too quick for me to actually catch a whole lap back up. But I guess we'll have to see. I played as Marquez mainly just because I'm quite confident on the Honda on this game. So I know I'd need a bike where I could be fairly quick. And we're doing the Misano because, of course, they're racing at Misano this weekend. So last two challenges I've done have both been at Misano, but that's just how it's fell with the calendar and how I've actually done the videos. But without any further ado, let's get this challenge started and hopefully I can do it. I just don't know how slow the AI are going to be. I hope they're slow enough. So Miller's on pole, then Quartararo second, Bagnaia in third. Of course, this race would be the championship decider in real life, I suppose, because Quartararo can win it this weekend. But lights out and away the AI go. I'm not going to go anywhere. Well, I might move a little bit because I'll get disqualified if I stand still completely. But I'm gonna try and go basically as little as possible. I've got 14 laps in by the looks of it. I just picked a 50% race just to give myself enough time. I'm hoping that I actually will be able to catch up to the AI and it'll be an interesting video for you guys. But yeah, it's just a journey into the unknown, I suppose. So they're going down towards Quercia at the minute. You can see on the mini-map. Seems like I actually can stop for some amount of time at least anyway. But I probably will want to get up to speed, start putting some heat in the tyres and the brakes in a second, because you can see the tyres are ice cold as they go into the double right-handers of Tramonto. Actually, it does seem like I can just sit here, so I could have just sat there at the start by the looks of it. Unfortunately, I didn't even need to pull away for... Oh, no, I have been disqualified. Hang on. I might need to do this again. So this time they're coming down towards Caro, then I've not been disqualified yet because I've actually been riding the entire time. You can see I've almost made it to turn 1 now, which obviously wouldn't be good, but they're coming towards the end of the lap. I think I'm just going to let the first couple of riders through, then just try and fight my way through. I don't want to let the whole field through, because there's actually a couple of stragglers off the back. Rossi and Martin, I think, both crashed on the first lap, so they're actually a little bit behind. But here they come then. Now towards the first corner, you can actually see them. They are a long line, so actually I'm going to probably have to let them all through. As Quartararo, Zarco, you can see them all. We'll try and let every single rider through, except also the two off at the back. And the last one should be Marini, so we'll slot in behind him. And my race is finally underway. Please don't... Oh, I've got a challenge one in already at the first corner. I've got to build some temp into these tyres because it's absolutely unbelievable. They break early, they break early, they break early. And my brakes don't work because they're too cold. Or I've just bashed a few AI out the way. Hopefully not another challenge. It's warning. We've had more contact with Vinales. This is going terribly so far. I've got to try and build some temperature in the brakes and tyres. I need to also get our power mode 3 as well. But yeah, that's... The brakes do not work if you sit there for an entire lap. So that's something worth noting. But we've passed 3 of them already then. So up next, Lecuona and Alex Marquez. We should be able to go around the outside of them. Around the outside of Petrucci and Rins as well. They do seem very, very slow actually. So we might actually be within a shout of this. I'll tell you what, Morbidelli's not doing too bad. Up in the top 10. We're already into effectively 13th. I guess around the outside. Oh, we got hooked on that curb. Can I keep it on the circuit? I actually could. So we just passed a few around the outside of Cavone, past Morbidelli. They're all going so slow through these right-handers. This is where we're going to gain massive time on the lap, because they are literally so slow through this. And it's like the fastest section on the entire track as we go through Caro. This bit is slow. They're about the right speed through there. Miller's just lost a place to Bagnaia, and Bagnaia's braking. Oh, I've clipped Miller. Hang on. Don't want to affect the results of the race. Just undo that. There we go. I'm being told to let them through. I don't know if I actually get a penalty if I don't let them through quick enough. So I'm going to have to make sure I pass them. Pass the two Ducatis down towards Misano corner. I had to brake earlier than I wanted to because of Mir. And right, here we go. I've got some temperature in the tyres and brakes now, so I'm going to start using my normal braking points. And we should be able to take the lead down towards the first corner. Yes, we can, so... Oh, no, Fabio! Oh, dear. Okay, maybe I actually couldn't out-braking by that much. I thought I... Well, actually, I kind of had, but, you know, typical MotoGP AI is turning on you, so I'll just brake a little later this time. There we go. We got the lead. So it took us a lap, basically, to get back through. Which is not too bad, considering how worn the tyres were... sorry, how cold the tyres and brakes were. But you can see there's a little bit of wear on the tyres already. after only a lap, so I'm going to have to watch out for that. But now I'm going to get my head down, see what the gap is. The gap to Martin in front is 1 minute and 12 seconds, so yeah, that's I'll have to check that, see how many seconds a lap we take out of them. They're doing 41s, so that's about 10 seconds off the pace-ish. Not quite, but of course that would be the second lap, so they probably can go a bit quicker than that, because they get quicker throughout the race. We'll have to see. We're already down to 1 minute and 10 from Martin. So that's positive. A little bit wide into Tremonto there. I'm still getting blue flags, and they're so far behind. Look on the mini-map. Look how far behind they actually are. They're like 2 corners back now, and I'm still getting blue flags. I've took it down to 1 minute and 5 already on Martin, so you know, we could be on for this. We'll have to see. We take 10 seconds a lap out. 140 seconds. So 32.4, that's my very first clean lap. It's not too fast, to be honest. I need to probably go a bit quicker than that if I want to start catching these guys up. But I'm already a few temps underneath in the first sector. I've got to bed myself back in. It's been a couple of days since I played the game. And obviously, again, the temperatures still weren't ideal after that first lap. They weren't bad, but still not great. So this is where I checked last time. It was 1 minute and... I can't even remember what it was, but it's now 1 minute and 1. I think it was 1 minute and 12, so we took 11 seconds out of Martin on that lap. But of course, he could have damage because he's crashed, so might not necessarily be representative, because we're only about 9 seconds quicker than Mir was on the lap before that. So towards the line then this time. What time going to be? I'm in the 31s, 31.7, that's a bit more like it. Could still probably find a bit more time, but it's not too bad, because it's just a random race against AI. So we're now 52 seconds behind Martin, so we're definitely going to catch Martin, probably catch him by about lap 9 at this rate. Another 5 laps or so, so we probably actually catch him on lap 8, about to start lap 9, I think. Well, actually, I've completed 2 laps, I've got to look at it that way. So I've done 2 laps, basically 20 seconds out of him already. So it's about 10 seconds a lap and 50. Yeah, so another 5 laps. Yeah, so it would be start lap. It would be on like lap 9 then. It's on lap 4 now. So yeah, so I should be catching Martin about lap 9ish. We'll have to see. The gap might not stay coming down at the same rate, because of course the tyre wear will kick in. Because I have put tyre wear and fuel consumption on for this challenge just to give it a bit more of an edge. Also, the strict track limits are on as well, so I can't take the mick with the track limits. Also, it's good training for me to try and keep clean if I keep it on strict all the time. As I say that, I pick up a track limits warning. Absolutely typical. That's actually another thing. I don't want to get a long lap. That would really cost me a lot of time. Well, it would cost me about 3-4 seconds, wouldn't it? But even still, I kind of need all the time I can get. So a new fast lap of 131.6. So even though I actually thought it was going to be a bit slower, it was actually a quicker lap. It's gap to Martin now, 41 seconds. I need to watch the right-hand side of the front tyre, because it's absolutely gone. 31.2, so we're actually getting close to the 30s now, which is the kind of times I'd like to be in. Gap to Martin, now 30 seconds. Now it's under 30 seconds. So we're under 30 seconds to Jorge Martin then now. I wonder what the... Oh, gap to leader. I completely forgot actually there is an indicator. Gap to leader. We're 1 minute and 1 seconds behind Fabio Quartararo at this rate. I've not actually been looking how much I've been gaining on him, to be honest. He's a good long way in front of Martin, although if I catch him at the same rate I was catching Martin, I'll probably catch him like literally on the last lap. So that would be a bit of a good finale, wouldn't it? So gap to Jorge Martin is now 20 seconds. Gap to Fabio Quartararo, 50 seconds. So there's 30 seconds between those two riders, it seems. So it does seem like I am also gaining on Quartararo about 10 seconds a lap. So what, 7 laps to go? Yeah, if I keep up this rate, I will win the race. Right then, so gap to Quartararo, 42 seconds. Gap to Martin, 8 seconds. So we are going to catch Martin on this lap. And judging by the gap to Rossi, we'll also catch him on this lap. We gained most of our time through Sector 3, by the looks of it. I mean, we saw that on the first lap, how slow they were actually going through there. But that's where the gap really comes down. So I think we might be able to catch them before then, potentially, but probably not. I think I'm going to catch them probably at the end of Sector 3. But we'll see, because it's now down to, well, just under 7 seconds now. I can actually just about see him going around the corner in front now. So on this lap, we should no longer be in last position, hopefully, but We'll have to see. I can see them both just up the road there. You can see Rossi just going through Tremonto. Oh, I'm really suffering with the right hand side of this front tyre though, because I ride on it so much into the double rights there, and then some of the rights down into this section as well. Not so much Curvone, but as you slow down, you brake a lot. There's Martin, you can see him. He's crawling along. I have to be careful here not to hit him. Actually put me off a bit because I had to change my line so that I wouldn't catch him. He's going pretty slow through Caro, even though it's a slow corner. Here we go, then we're going to go straight around the outside of Martin. Oh, that was close. We've taken away Martin then. We're no longer in last position. I'm actually not going to quite catch Rossi on this lap. So I was slightly out with that prediction. But my prediction was always to catch Martin about lap 9, which was about right. Seems, oh, the inside of Rossi, that could be close. And it... Yeah, well, I didn't want to pass him there, honestly, but he broke so early I had no choice. I know I'm using a few rewinds here and there, but the AI are literally such roadblocks, it's unbelievable. I'm still closing up to him at a massive rate. You know, there we go, we got the move done that time. That time it worked. So, we are up into 20th position. Gap to Andrea Dovizioso, 16 seconds. Gap to leader, 31 seconds. And with about 10 seconds a lap taken out of them. Although I don't think it's quite 10 seconds a lap with Fabio, actually. It's a little bit less than that. And we would have lost a little bit of time on that previous lap being stuck behind Martin and Rossi. And also I've got to take that into account with Fabio. Once I start catching up to the big pack, I will be losing a couple seconds a lap. Because they will obviously hold me up in a few places and I'll have to lift. So it actually is going to be super close whether I can do this, I think. So here we go, they're not towards the line. Gap to Dovi is under 6 seconds. I can see him. A couple corners in front. In fact, I can see most of the pack now. So we are going to catch Dovi on this lap, definitely. And we'll probably, well, we should pass him on this lap too. And hopefully we'll start gaining on the riders in front. Apparently I'm going personal best through the first second. Well, I was for a brief point in time there. Which is interesting because of how destroyed the tyres are. Especially that right hand side. I actually got to watch out. I might lose the front if I'm not careful. Left hand side is actually still pretty good, but the right hand side, it's just the third sector really that takes out of that. So here we are then, we've caught up to Dovi, and it looks like Viñales right in front of him, and we actually had contact with Viñales on the first lap. We should be able to blast past them here. I've actually realised I've got a lot of fuel left, so I can use a bit of Palmo 3 just to try and get on before we actually get to Curvone, so they don't, well, I'll say, so they don't hold me. Oh! Wow, you don't get close. You don't get any closer than that to a crash, I tell you. And yeah, look, the front right is completely gone. I mean, that wasn't because of that. That was because I clipped the curb because I was on the wrong line trying to pass them. But oh, that was brutal. We're now on the back of Marini, who was actually the last rider, wasn't he? When we slotted in earlier, he's braked so early for this last corner. We should be able to get him out of here though. I've never squared off that last corner like that in my life. That is not a corner you square off, but had to because of the entry. Oh, look at this pack here. It's the two Tech 3's Rins is pretty far down the order in 15th, and Alex Marquez. Whoa, we are getting really mixed up in these. And this is what I mean, we're losing big time. We're only 13 seconds behind Fabio now, so we should be good. Into Rio, this could be close. Well, we're doing a bit better actually at passing the AI now than was earlier on in the race. I think it's because I know I've got a bit of time in hand, so I don't need to push quite as hard necessarily. Here we are then, we're about to take 13th off Lecuona. There we go, gap to Morbidelli, 5.5. You can see on that last lap I was in the 33s, that's how much I got held up. And the lap before was in the, well, the couple of laps before was in the 32s, so you can see I'm definitely being held up when I catch them. On that previous lap, actually, until I caught the AI, I was actually on a personal best lap. Somehow. At this point in the race, I don't really know how, but literally up until that point, I was on a personal best lap. Oh, we've actually got some of our sector this time though, because I didn't catch them until after Curvone. Around the outside of Nakagami and Morbidelli. Should have got the inside of Oliveira here. Bastianini and Espargaro broke very early. We're going on the inside of Espargaro. Go try and take advantage of that. We're in a bad position there. Around the outside of Bastianini. Well, that was actually probably the neatest we've overtaken any of the AI so far. That entire group there. Right behind Binder. We're looking for it on the last corner. We're going to get him easily here. I'm going to move to the inside just so that I can get it. Well, I've got him on the straight anyway. There we go then. We're up into 7th position. Gap to Fabio Quartararo, 5.2 seconds. So we are definitely in the driving seat to do this one right now. I can actually take my time no rush whatsoever because we've been taking like double that, and we've still got a few laps to go. Oh, big moment on the curb. I'm having a lot of moments though because I'm, well, kind of having my eye line taken by this AI, and they're obviously taking weird lines that affect my lines. So there we go. Then we should be able to pass the 3 of these into Quercher, I would have thought. Past Aleix, yeah, past Zarco, past Bagnaia. We didn't even have to wait to Quercher. So we're up into the top 4, although I've actually gone very wide. So they might actually be able to get back underneath. No, they can't actually, kind of forgot, you know, that we're racing 20% AI. They aren't going to cut back underneath me if I run a little wide. I'm going to have to basically stop if they're going to ever take me. But actually, interestingly enough, it looks like Fabio's been caught, because Fabio had got away, judging by the mini-map before, but Mir has now taken the lead away from him. So Jean Mir has just taken the lead of the Emilia-Romagna GP, this one will be, but we've passed Miller, we've passed Quartararo, we've passed Mir, we're up into the lead of the race. So as soon as Mir takes the lead, we immediately take it away from him, Marc Marquez. And that's it then. It's complete. We've done it, the lap down challenge. Lap down from every rider, obviously, except Martin and Rossi because they crashed. If I'd waited for them, well, actually, if I'd waited for them, it would be touch and go to whether I could do it. Let's see if I could put 30 seconds into him, then I could have done it. But I don't think I'm going to be able to put 30 seconds in only 2 laps. Maybe 20, but we'll have to see. I'm going to just give it a bit of a push now because if I do crash, I think I'll actually still get back on in front of them. Use a bit of power mode 3. Come on, let's try and get to the 1 minute 30s. That's a 31.5. Oh, I think the delta's to the lap before. That would probably be why I was thinking that I was on such a good lap when I actually wasn't. But let's see. We're on the last lap now. I've got 12 seconds to Fabio. I'm going to see if I can try and do a new fastest lap. But I don't know what's happened to Mir. But Mir was actually leading when we overtook. Quartararo just lost the lead. But now Quartararo and Miller have both got back in front of Mir. So I don't really know what happens. I didn't touch Mir or anything. So I have no idea how that could occur. I'll tell you what, this has actually been very, very fun. I was a bit worried about whether, one, it would be possible, or 2, whether it would be too easy. But it seemed like just about right, because I did it with a couple of laps to go. And I was thinking more 12 laps anyway, but when I did a 50% race, it was 14 at this circuit. But basically this was the shortest kind of race I could do, where I had actually a realistic shot of doing it. 'Cause if I'd done it in a 25, I would have probably been a bit short of it. Probably wouldn't even quite caught up to Martin, really. It's actually crazy to think about how far Martin was behind Quartararo, like quite a way. He was basically another 30 seconds on top, and I was about a minute behind. So I had another third of the way to go once I actually got to Martin. But by that point, I was well and truly up to speed and in the rhythm. But here we go then, all towards the line. It's not going to be a new fastest lap, but it is going to be a win by over 20 seconds in the 20% AI lap down challenge. So in the end then, I actually won by 24 seconds out of Fabio. So yeah, I almost could have waited for the riders behind, obviously Martin and Rossi. Let's see how far they actually were behind in the end. They were a minute behind. That's absolutely ridiculous. Because I lapped them and then still put another minute in. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. But of course, they are meant to be slow. That's the point, the 20% AI. But yeah, that was good fun. That was really, really good fun. But I hope you did enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you're all staying safe, and I shall see you in the next one.